Welcome to DMOT Garage. We're back on the 52 Krankenwagen barn door ambulance, and if you want to get caught up in previous episodes, links in the description so you can catch up. Today's episode, we are getting the motor a little bit closer, and you can see here, this is my homemade oven that I built, and I can put a link for that too if you want to see how I actually built this ginormous oven that I can actually completely go all the way inside it. This thing's a beast. I use it for a lot of powder coating, and you can see we have the engine components in here. We're going to bake on this coating for the magnesium case to stop it oxidizing. The coating in the spec sheet, it says an hour at 90 degrees Celsius. So that's what we're going to do. We've got the halves in here. We're going to get them baked. What that will do is obviously just create a very tough surface that's going to be impervious to, you know, petrol and other chemicals wiping the stuff off it. So yeah, let's fire up this oven and we'll go from there. So shut her up. I've got a couple of little clips up here. We've got to get all on like that. Done. Turn on the oven. Dump. And what we're looking for here, that has turned on the oven. We've got to set this now to, we don't want 190 degrees, so we're going to set it to 90 degrees. Okay, we can turn on the fan because we want that to run. Can turn the lights on. You can see here we're pulling 30 amps at the moment, and there's our voltage, 219. So that's dropped quite considerably since the power company did some modifications up on the road. They've actually screwed me over, so I've had to put in a complaint to see why I don't have 240 volts here anymore. And that's making my compressor not run properly either, so not happy about it, but we'll hopefully get to the bottom of it. We're going to let that get up to 90 degrees Celsius, and then we can start the timer after that. Righto guys, so we've just moved on from the motor for a second, and we are starting to get this thing ready for paint. So just applying all the protective film, and what I'm doing here is just masking up. Obviously we don't want to get any grey overspray on our nice paint job, so I've just been masking, cutting around. I've got this little part here to go, so let's continue. Masking takes forever, as you guys know. One of those things you got to get done properly. Righto, so she is all taped up. I've just been giving the underneath a bit more of a clean, and I've just decided I've got to fix this one. There's one more part I've got to cut out and weld, and yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. I'll just show you what's going on over here. You can see this little section here has a nice dirty great big dent in it, and I have straightened this side of it. It's not too bad, but I just can't let it fly like that. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm just looking in through here, it's been welded there. I'm just going to grind those welds out, and then I'm going to cut it straight through here like that, and then take this piece out, fix it, and then put it back in. Because yeah, I know, you know, you could leave that and it probably wouldn't do anything. I mean, the rails, everything's fine, but yeah, I just can't. It's not going to fly with me. So yeah, let's chop this sucker out, eh? done. Yeah, you can see how badly squashed this thing is. So let's get it up on the bench and see if we can get it straight, and then we can weld this sucker back in again. Okay, let's see how we go. Smacking this, trying to get... It's kind of doing something. Alright, so I've got this bit of steel bashed inside it, and I'm getting there slowly. Get a bloody workout, I'll tell you. Got to try to get this a bit flatter, this part here. We'll squish that back together, that's fine. Okay, that's as good as we're going to get it. And I mean, that's a lot better than it was, as you guys remember. Still got a little bit of a dip just there, but that's on the top side, so you won't see it. Yeah, good to go. We can go and trial fit it now. I'll make sure that everything is going to be hunky-dory. And that's how we're going to go, just like that. So yeah, cool. We'll get some braces and jig this in position, and then we can get it welded in.
A few moments later.
Righto, I didn't want to bore you with it, but there she is, welded in. And we've got the little factory patch panel, same as the other side. You can see here, tried to make it look factory. So yeah, happy with that. You can see this side here as well. So a lot better than what it was before, and nice and straight too. So next will be just cleaning the shed out. Yeah, covering up the hoist a little bit. I just don't want to get overspray over everything. I've already put a blanket up there. Yeah, I reckon maybe tomorrow we might be ready to paint this thing. All right, let's keep moving. So now that we've got this part here repaired, we have one more metal fabrication-y part to do, which I almost forgot about, and that is the rear cradle, engine cradle, or transmission cradle. And you can see this bent. You can see how bad that is. I just can't. It's actually got it. I think it might even have a cut in it there. Anyway, I think the plan is I ran it past a few of the YouTube crew out there, you guys watching how to fix that. And I think the consensus was to just cut it out and then, you know, put it on the vise and bend it back into a radius, a curve again, and then weld it back in. I think it's the only way, because it is quite thick metal. So I'm thinking we're going to do that. Let's just chop it out and see how round we can get it, because, you know, every time you go to jack the bus off the ground, you're going to see that, and it's just going to drive me nuts. So yeah, I can't have it. Let's put some tape on that thing and chop it out. Just gives us a bit of a visual guide where we're cutting. Now, I've got a feeling also, because it's had an impact in this direction, it's probably made the sidewalls flare out slightly. And I think if you run your eye across here, you can see that it does slightly bulge out either side. So we'll have to take that into consideration. Once we chop the piece out, I'm probably going to have to just squash the walls in a bit. But that'll be obviously later once we do all the trial fitting. So, okay, well, kind of good to go. Let's grab the grinder and fire her up. What in the... Look at the rust coming out of it. No way. Ew. Nice. Rusty metal. Okay, let's take this up to the bench and do some whacking. Now I've got this little piece of metal here, which just happens to be the right radius, so we're just going to play a bit of tappy tappy. See how we go here. Not really the right tool, I don't think. Let's come up with a different plan. Okay, this is what I've done. A little bit of wood, and I've just routed not routed, just used a grinder and just ground a groove into it. And let's see how this works with a ball peen. The reason I'm doing that is just so I can see the lows and highs, and we can just try and attack it a little bit better. I mean, it's starting to twist and do weird things, but that's all right. We can get it back. We'll just keep going over here. All right, we'll go and take it over and just have a bit of a look. Interested to see how this is going to fit. It goes that way. So at the moment we've got, that's looking good there, but we've got too much bend. So we'll just have to straighten her out a little bit. I think this is going to work nice. All right, we'll go back and just give it a little bit more of a finesse, and I'll bring you guys back in. Okay, so we've done a little bit of fandangling, and as you can see, got it the right way. Once we tack that in position like that, we should be good to go. I've just put some phosphoric acid inside here. It's actually quite clean. I think it just had like a very light, dusty layer of, it was just not even surface rust. I think it was just dust in there. So the metal's actually quite good. Even this as well, no problems. So anyway, I've cleaned that out, put some phosphoric acid in there, let it do its thing, and then we can, probably just needs a little bit more of a tap there, get a curve. That's better. Here we go. Beautiful. Weld this back in position and call it good. Then we won't have all those dents. A lot better. Let's have a look at that. Bring you guys in here. The light's a bit shitty, but you get the idea. We'll grind this all back, just make sure we've got no pinholes anywhere, and then give it a flat back with the Orbi, and we're good to go. We have our paint ready to go. Let's get cracking and doing some painting. Woo! Okay, we are finished painting. Let's have a quick look at the damage. Let me grab a torch here so you guys can see. Oh yes, oh yes, looking good. That's all done. Under here's all done. In here, came up very nice. No real issues, which is good. Yeah, got to be happy with that. So you can actually see I've still left the factory drips, which was down the pole there. You can see those little drips. I just went over them. I thought, nah, we won't cover those up. Look at that. Good, done. Next there's going to be reassembling parts, which that's the exciting part. I can get the front beam in and other bits and pieces. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm done. I'm going inside. Tomorrow we can start stripping all the plastic off it and continue with the build going forward. Thanks for the new subscribers. Catch you in the next episode. You.